Hi everybody, I hope you're doing well today. I just wanted to share briefly a interaction that I had yesterday. Oftentimes I get asked, what do we do here at Riley Wealth Management? And obviously, wealth management is one of the things that we do, or money management more specifically. An interaction I had yesterday, I think, illustrates really so much more that we do. So a client, longtime client called. She lives in a different state, moved out of state many years ago. We continued to work together. She's wanting to help purchase a home for her daughter. Now, she also has a son, as many people do. They have multiple children. And this involved two things. First, a gift of a sizable amount of money, and second, a loan of another sizable amount of money. And as we all know, housing prices right now are pretty bonkers in most places. And this is a house in a location on the coast. Actually, it's a beautiful island community, which makes prices a little bit more. So her daughter, not having the capital of years of accumulation yet, is finding it challenging to come up with the money to buy the house. So mom's going to step in, which is a wonderful thing to do. But we were talking about how do we structure the gift, and then how do we structure the loan. And where I stepped in and was able to ask some questions that maybe they hadn't thought of is, how does the loan get repaid? Because we need to ultimately, if she wants to, make the estate whole for the son who's not getting a very low interest rate loan. And how do we reconcile that loan ultimately before she passes away, which isn't, scheduled for decades now. She's very healthy. She has longevity in her family. And so we've got plenty of time, to settle this. But how does that loan get repaid, and what happens if the loan's not repaid before she passes away, and how's that settled with the estate? Or does she even want to settle that with the estate? Up until this point, she has really kept everything equal between the two children, and I suspected that that's the way she would want to continue it. So, we just needed to talk through not only how do we get the loan, what interest rate, what's the legal minimum that we can, charge her, and then how does that repayment plan look? The property that they're buying actually has a separate dwelling unit on it that could be rented out, and so we talked about that being used as the income source to pay back the loan, and then the gifting. My client has been remarried. Her daughter is married, and so there's gifting limits, and how do we gift that limit, or how do we structure the gifting to get them the money this year in order to close on the property, but then still stay within the federal rules of $15,000 per year per person. And so these are just some of the things that we talked about. It wasn't a very long conversation. But we also talked about, is she going to borrow against her assets here at Riley Wealth Management, or is she going to use the cash that she has? There's also an inheritance that is probably going to come through in the next several months. And, how do we balance all of those goals with the wealth, the assets coming in from the inheritance? But then also we're sending her money every month, and how do we maintain her standard of living and her income flow? And so there's just a lot of moving parts with this. It's certainly something that we're going to get done, but these are the types of, complicated financial planning, wealth management topics that we cover. Multi-generational giving and loans, and how do we really use the wealth that you've accumulated to bless your family? Because in my opinion, money is not the end goal. In my opinion, freedom is the end goal, and money is just a tool to help us get there. And this is a wonderful situation because the client, the mom, is going to get her daughter much closer. They've been living many hours travel, even by jet, many hours apart, and so it's going to be wonderful for them to get closer, and maybe grandchildren may start showing up here, which would be awesome to have them so much closer and get to see them more frequently. And that's really what money's for, in my opinion, is to enhance life. So anyway, so I just thought I'd drop a quick video to use this one example to illustrate what else we do here other than just picking stocks and bonds. Have a great day.
Hey, thanks for making it to this part of the video. If you have, please like and subscribe so we can reach more people. If you have a topic you'd like for me to cover, please call us at 928-421-0002 or email me at derrick@rileywm.com. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time.